Let's get into it. We were just talking about real quick, Chelcie. So when you graduated high school, we weren't in school yet.
Yeah.
I graduated in 2005, and y'all weren't even in pre-K yet.
No.
What? We might have been in pre-K. We might have been. You're
throwing me a bone.
Yeah. We can give you that.
All right, it's gonna be an amazing episode. We have Chelcie Lynn on the episode today. Do you want to introduce yourself?
I'm Chelcie. What's up?
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
It's gonna be a great episode because Chelcie has been in an industry that I think we're all really, really passionate about. That's like comedy. It's the entertainment. It's actual, like, she came up on Vine and then from there established a real big Instagram audience and is now doing crazier things I really want to talk about.
Thank you. Let's talk about them. I'm down.
Let's get into it. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to the notification bell. Follow us on Instagram and Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Let's look up TheSync Podcast. And if you have personal issues you want our help in, just email us at thesyncpodcast1@gmail.com. We'll get into it. Let's get into it. Can you date when you have, like, how do you date somebody when you got 12 people in a class? Like,
oh, you don't.
You don't?
You wait till college and you go nuts.
Did you go nuts?
A little bit, but I met my husband my freshman year, into my freshman year. So I didn't get the full experience, but I got a little taste.
You're locked down for the rest of the 3 years.
Yeah. No. You don't. I mean, there's, I had 6 dudes, and there was no social media.
Yeah.
There was no Facebook or Instagram for neighboring towns.
No Tinder.
No Tinder. Nope.
You never got to experience Tinder.
Nope.
Actually, you've missed out on a lot of the online dating dating stuff, all of high school dating, everything.
Well, and I'm not mad about that.
I wouldn't be either. I'm with you because it saves you from your friends making fun of you 10 years later about like why you dated that girl then.
Dude, and it's just, I feel like, I know y'all are so young and you don't feel young, but you are. And dating, like, I can't imagine dating right now. Like, because, back then before Tinder, listen, we still got ass.
Yeah. All right. So there's no Tinder. Then what? Like, is it like you grow up with the person in the farm right next to you? What's the situation like there?
Farm, bless your heart. No, we just dated regular. You get to know you know someone, you're friends with someone, whatever. You bone. We didn't none of this computer stuff. We did it old school. So I think that'd be so weird for me to like. Be like, oh, hey, let me, come over. Like, no.
Because the process for us is like you talk to the friend and then you Snapchat her, then you eventually get her Snap, then you get her number, and it's this whole process. It's so dumb.
You have to take steps just to get there.
That's a lot of steps.
It is the most confusing thing in the entire world.
And sometimes they'll give you a wrong Snapchat. They'll give you like a hacked account. Like I got a girl that came up to me talking about, hey, here's my Snap. And she add her on Snap. It's a fake Snap. It's like,
oh dang!
It's like writing down your wrong phone number on like a napkin, but just a little bit worse.
Shit hurts.
Yeah. No, I've been married for we've been together for 15 years.
Holy shit!
So yeah, I don't feel like I'm old enough to be with somebody for 15 years. So that's crazy.
Yeah. What was that like the first year of college when you left the small hometown and you go there for the first time?
Oh, it was awesome because, my hometown, there's a convenience store. There's no stoplights.
Wow.
Dirt roads.
Where is this Oklahoma, right?
Thackerville, Oklahoma. We have the world's largest casino, though. I'm not kidding. It was built, I think, my senior year of high school.
Everyone must have been going crazy when it started getting built, right? Jobs.
Dude, it's the world's largest casino. People come from all over to go to the casino there. But there's nothing in the town. Like there's one convenience store. Here's where we hung out. Across from the high school was this big empty lot, and there was piles of gravel. We called it the gravel pile. Yeah. And we'd go just park and party. And that was it, dude.
Any police show up?
No, they were probably partying with it.
I mean, everyone knows. Like, literally everyone in the town knows each other,
yes.
right?
Oh, true.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, if you think about it, if there's 12 kids in your class, then I mean, you just like it's super small families. Like, I mean, that's less. How many people are in your town?
Oh, I don't even know. Less than 1,000.
And you just party all together at the gravel pit. That's where you get fucked up. You get drunk. At the gravel pit.
That sounds like
awesome.
Fun.
We climbed the gravel piles. They were like super. Yeah. So
awesome.
College was fun. I mean, you guys, how's LA?
That's good. I mean, it's all shut down, right?
Yeah.
So
well, that's Yeah, that's true.
But we all did get to go to college for a year.
Okay.
Before, and now we're all kind of dropped out.
Some of our colleges had different party levels. Like my college, like BC didn't really have a good fraternity party system. But like
it
Wazoo
doesn't have
did.
any.
I went to art school, didn't have that really. He was in a frat for a year, so I guess that's something.
Yeah, well, when LA opens back up, we're partying, dude.
Yes.
Of course.
Okay? For real.
So you're in Thackerville. You moved. Where did you go to college?
Oklahoma City,
Okay.
which was huge.
Yeah.
You know, a huge change. I was only there a year, and then I transferred schools because I started dating, my husband, and went to a little smaller school and graduated. Got married when I was 21.
Yeah.
And moved to Dallas, and we lived there for a few years before moving to San Diego.
Okay, and then taking it back a little bit, you got to tell me the story about moving to a new school in Morito. I mean, to a new house in Morito, and then like smelling like a dead body at your new building. What's that story?
Oh my gosh! Okay, yeah. It was Marietta.
Okay, Marietta,
Oklahoma. So I did smell my first dead body.
First.
Oh.
First.
Have you smelled many?
I'm only 33, so they'll be. I'm
There'll
sure
be more.
There'll be
Yeah,
more
yeah,
for sure. You know what I mean? No, we lived in these apartments, and there was this old lady named Peggy, and she was a mean bitch. No, she was mean. And me and my sisters would go over there and just fuck with her, dude.
Yeah.
Just be mean to her. She would always sit on her porch and stick her tongue out. She was very hateful. But we had nothing else to do, so we'd go fuck with her. So one day, I hadn't seen her in a while. I go, she always sat on her porch. I go, I have not seen Peggy in a few days. I go, I'm going to go check on her, Walked over there, dude. I started approaching her front door, and I just, like a slap in the face, dude. And I knew she was dead. And I was 11 or 12.
You just knew.
Yes.
Like, what about a fart or like?
Nope. And it's like, if you, it's a dead body, and I cannot explain it. It's just human nature to know.
The most rancid smell you can think.
It's bad. I knew. And I walked up and I go, she's dead. And I went back home and told my mom, I said, Mom, you call the cops, like Peggy's dead. She's like, how do you know? I go, I smelt her. She's dead.
Well, and when you die, you shit yourself. So
that's
So it was
August, and it's
100
degrees.
It's just hot, dead
Festering.
Peggy sitting in her own shit.
Oh,
that's sad.
Damn,
You
dude.
said you didn't like Peggy.
But
I
Peggy,
know, but have some respect.
damn, Peggy
Sorry.
deserves a little more.
Sorry,
than that.
Peggy. I apologize.
Um,
You threw me for the wrong loop. You said Peggy. You go.
I know.
Direct
I
quote.
said
Peggy's a mean bitch.
and she was, dude. So my mom called the cops, and sure enough, she died.
Damn.
Yeah,
Of what?
dude. I think just being old.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think she was like 90. Yeah, we would always go over there and steal her ice cream.
What? Wait.
So her daughter would come pick her up once a week, like on the weekends, and take her into town, take her to the grocery store, do it, whatever she needed to do. So we knew that once a week her apartment was empty, and we knew she kept Snickers ice cream bars in her free. And we grew up super poor. We never had stuff like that. So me and my sisters we would crawl through her window and go steal this bitch's ice cream. And dead serious. And one day she was like, I think someone's come. She knew, you know.
Yeah.
She's like, I think someone's coming in here and taking my ice cream. And we're like, oh, that's weird,
suspicious.
Peggy.
Wow.
Bounce, see ya. So
Yeah.
Peggy was she was a trip, dude.
Rest in peace, Peggy.
Yeah, rest in peace, Peggy.
Rip Peggy.
It's crazy. And then at the same time, you were living with your grandmother there, and you said that like obviously you love your grandmother, but she's also a little like nuts to live with.
Yeah, so we got taken away when I was 12.
Okay.
My sisters were probably 9 and 11, so I'm gonna go live with my grandma. She was very hard to live with. She, how, I don't know if you guys have ever met someone that's just old and fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This weekend was the first time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What happened?
Okay.
Oh.
Well, we met the person that controls the place that we live now.
Oh.
And oh my
Okay.
God, stories about how like she ran into Al Pacino and he would like try to fuck the shit out of her, and like she'd be like, I gotta tell a story. And she was like, you guys are gonna hang from the chandeliers, are you? And we're like, no, man, we're definitely not gonna do that. And she's like, oh, good, because I once had Kelly Clarkson, and Kelly Clarkson swung from my chandeliers in my house.
I highly doubt that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you see Kelly Clarkson?
I don't know. Kelly's been silent for a few years. I don't know what she's been up to.
So y'all are gonna live in the house that Al Pacino lived?
No, one of our rental properties was that. I don't think we got the cash to live in Al Pacino's pad.
Okay. That's cool. But yeah, my grandma was hard to live with, to be honest with you. A little senile,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah.
I can't. Like,
Just old.
Living with a grandma is just like rough. It's like such a different like age difference too, and like how the world works and everything. It's just like never really get together.
Yep.
And before you moved there, you're talking about like I heard like you grew up in a small town. You said you grew up poor. Like I think the biggest thing that we've missed when we talk to guests is that we all kind of grew up not rich by any means, but too comfortable. Like all of our we always knew we had food on the table. And like what does that mean when you say like growing up poor in America? Like for you?
Oh, okay. Well,
give us some perspective because I don't think a lot of the audience
I will.
knows too. Yeah.
Okay. So I know a lot of people say, "Oh, I grew up poor," but they lived in like a little tiny 3-bedroom brick house with a trampoline. Those people were rich to me. Okay. I remember. So my parents were on meth growing up, and so they would disappear for days at a time. And I remember being 7, 8, 9 years old with no food in the house and having to knock on neighbors' doors to be like, "Hey, can we get something to eat?" When I went to go live with my grandma, we lived in a trailer house, and it was so run down that there were big holes in the floor, and we were terrified that like snakes would, because snakes are big in Oklahoma, that snakes would come up. So we'd have to lay down like stuff to cover the holes.
Yeah.
Dude, I could go on, dude. I remember when they didn't have money to pay the water bill. Yeah. So do you guys know what Brahms is?
Brahms. What's
That's
Brahms?
a Southern thing. Okay. It's a Southern fast food restaurant that has like ice cream and burgers. And our water bill would be off for days, sometimes weeks, and we didn't have any water. So Brahms was the only place that gave away free water. So we'd have to go up there and literally just ask for waters because we did not have water at home.
Oh my God.
We'd have to find places to shower. Like, that's what I mean when I'm talking about poor.
Right.
Not like, oh, I didn't get the jeans I wanted for Christmas. Yeah. Oh, I didn't get the PlayStation I want. You know what I mean? Yeah. No, that's not poor. You know, like I grew up in poverty.
Yeah.
So the fact that I live the life that I live now is insane to me. And I'm not rich, but I make more money than I ever have before. And the fact that I can pay my bills without thinking, I'm not going to have money, it's insane to me. Just what a huge blessing, Wow. Like people take that for granted, dude.
There are kids that literally bitch about having an iPhone 7 and they're 15 years old. And I need an iPhone 10.
Ha!
Yeah.
Ha! So my nieces live with me. They're 8 and 10. Okay. And I could give them, but their mother lives with me as well. So I help raise them. And, I could give them everything they want. But do I? No. Yeah. No. I think just from the childhood I had, I don't want them to be brats. So that's a whole other issue. And yeah. So.
What about school lunch? Like, did you have to do nothing's? I've heard some crazy stories, and I think you've talked about it on a different podcast. Like having to get the free lunch at school is sometimes like a little. It's like it's hard to do sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
No, we had free lunch.
Okay, but I'm saying like having to show the ticket every time you go to the front.
Not me, because I feel like where I grew up, so many people were poor, so it wasn't just me. It wasn't like nobody else had it, it was just me. It was like 90% of the class had it. So I think that's where I lucked out with not being embarrassed and not being, you know what I mean? Like, so it was like everybody was poor, so that wasn't an issue.
How'd you come out so funny? You know what I'm saying? Like it sounds like you sound like you have to steal like breaking the ice cream, and I know it's like funny now, but back then I'm sure it's a little bit more like I need to eat.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. I think we moved around a lot as kids. Like I think kindergarten through 7th grade, I went to 10 different elementary schools.
Wow.
So I was always the new kid. I was always the outsider. I was a constant, and I think around. I would say looking back, and I didn't realize this at the time, but looking back around 5th grade, I feel like I had to be funny because, all the kids already knew each other. Mm-hmm. They already had friendships. I couldn't come in just a normal, quiet, to make friends, I kind of had to force myself to come out of my shell.
Yeah, you just got to make yourself stand out a little bit.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. Exactly. And I think that's where it started, So
Cracking jokes. And
yeah.
that-
Yeah.
Well, then you
Damn.
get good at it after you do it at 10 different schools, right?
There you
Like,
go.
Yeah.
Lots of practice.
Yeah.
Lots of audiences.
Yeah, seriously.
So
Yeah.
speaking of comedy, comedy is the one thing that I wish we could talk about on this podcast, which we haven't yet in all of our guests that we've done, and it's different now. So what are you trying to do in because I think the audience needs to understand, like, stand-up comedy is the biggest thing in podcasts. The biggest,
Yeah.
it's an insane field.
In
the
terms of
biggest comedians.
podcasters.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm starting one too.
You
so
are?
yeah.
What's it called? Plug it. What's it called?
Oh, well, it's not out yet, but we're going to call it the Viral Podcast because we couldn't think of anything else. Everything else was taken.
Yeah.
My best friend, Paige Jen, and she does the fake falls. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
I've seen Paige, but like the gender reveal.
Yeah,
one.
that was us. Yeah.
That is
Wait,
one
she's the
of
girl that farts on Danny
That
Duncan's
was
videos,
that
right?
Yes.
video
Oh
was
my God.
everywhere.
or the video with her. They were. She was just like laying on the table, and she just like
Yep.
Yeah, just put powder. Like it just.
Wait, what did you do? Wait, explain.
Just check out my Instagram.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
scroll down. You'll
It's so
yeah.
funny. I was like watching this, and I'm like, this cannot be fucking real. Like,
Yeah.
like what did I just watch? And you guys, how many times did you guys film that? Or was it just that one time? Because like you guys were cracking up
Just
in it, right?
once. So she wanted to refilm it. That was our first shot. She wanted to refilm it, and I said, Paige, no, we're going with the outtake of us laughing because it's gonna be it's gonna be funnier than, you know what I mean. But yeah, we're starting a podcast, and we're not gonna have guests on. It's gonna be more of like people will call in and leave voicemails and ask us advice.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
a new take. That's
Questions.
an older take, but
Yeah.
It's like the radio show kind of, but bringing it to podcast.
Ask us questions, advice. Hey, what's your thoughts on this? What's your opinion on this? And it could be funny.
Yeah.
It could be stupid. It could be,
Scary.
silly. It could be serious. Whatever. We'll get deep. We'll go light. Whatever. So yeah.
That's awesome. Our guests send us their personal issues through email, and yeah, you're gonna see everything that you've never ever really wanted to know, but you're gonna see it all. It's gonna
Well,
be
that's
amazing.
what my DMs are now, and that's how I got the idea. Was because people message me constantly asking just, hey, Chelcie, I just did that. I'm going through a divorce, whatever, And I honestly always thought, why are they asking me? I don't, And then I realized, I think they feel like they know me. They feel like I'm their friend.
Yeah.
And so people have been asking me to do a podcast for like 2 years, and I kept saying, no, I don't know. What am I going to do? I don't know.
Yeah.
And then I had opened a DM from someone asking advice, and I thought, ding, ding, ding. There's my podcast.
you can give really good advice because like of the life you've lived and what you had to go through compared to what most kids really don't have to go to. So
Right.
I'm excited to see that.
Thank
at least.
you. Thank you.
Who are your core? Like what's your core fan? Like who is your core fan?
Dude, everybody.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep. And I don't know if you know who Josh Wolf is.
Josh Wolf.
He's
that
a
sounds really
comedian.
familiar. Okay.
He's on Chelcie lately. You'll definitely know him. Oh my gosh. He's great. I was on his podcast and he was telling me, he was like, I went to your show in Nashville last month, and he goes, I was so shocked to see that what a huge range of fans you have.
Yeah.
People think, oh, you do like Southern style comedy, whatever, that it's just going to be Southern people, and it's not.
Yeah.
I've got, from young to people in their 70s, every ethnicity, every age, every walk of life. I had a surgeon once show up in Scrubs. I had a meet and greet in Florida. This was 2 or 3 years ago. And he was like, Chelcie, I switched, I canceled my surgeries to be here, Yeah, he was a surgeon. So it's like every walk of life, everything. And that makes me so happy. I don't know why, but it does.
You change people's lives without even knowing it.
Yeah.
I can't even explain it. Like, I was so excited for the episode because for some reason, like, I came across your account when I was like 13, and all the way through I kept on watching your vines and on Instagram. There's something about the fact, like, I don't remember many people that I used to watch except for you.
Oh my God.
Seriously.
It's actually true.
Damn.
He
It's
even
so funny.
talked about it the other day.
Remember when we found out,
Yeah.
like, I DM'd her and she responded. I was like, guys, Chelcie fucking responded, bro.
It was funny.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
It's the comedy's different, and it's just like, it's so, because we're getting to a point where social media is becoming so much more filtered. Do it for the brand, do it for the clearness. But then you post a picture, like, frankly, like, your boobs are out with cheese slapped on them. You literally have a picture on your Instagram with your boobs on a table and then cheese on top of it.
Oh no. Okay. Yeah. I was playing Uno.
What? Explain that,
Hold
please.
on. Wait.
Explain that.
Those two things don't normally go together.
Oh yeah, I was playing Uno. That's why I had cheese on my titties.
Normally families play. Families play Uni.
That could have been a family event. You don't know.
Like, oh, okay, that makes sense. why
Fully
they were out.
clothed without cheese. So
Explain that
I'm
picture.
totally okay. I'm totally okay with that. With that you were playing Uno, but that's not something that people normally do.
Oh, I didn't have cheese on them, so I had them. I had them bare out, nipple and everything. But I couldn't post. I couldn't post that because censorship.
Yeah.
So I slapped the chicken emoji on it, the little chicken leg.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
tasteful.
Okay.
Thank you, and classy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought there was one where there was like a piece of like crafts sliced.
That's not me. That's some random lady. But I know what you're talking about because people send it to me all the time thinking it's me.
I thought you posted it.
No.
No, I know exactly.
Yeah, we know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah,
That's no fuck. Guys, I just mixed up.
No, people send that to me all the time. They think it's me, so I'm just roll with it.
I get tagged in okay, this Bill Cosby, Steve Urkel shit gotta stop, bro. And Tyler the Creator, everyone thinks I look like them, and it's like, oh, is this you, Chris?
yeah.
It's you?
I get that shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
I get Russell from Up.
Yeah.
Oh, I can see it. Aw.
And Kyle usually gets Cody Co.
Yeah, I get Cody Co quite a bit.
Dude, when I walked in, I thought you look like, and I've been sitting here thinking, who does he look like? Yep,
There we go.
Dude, it's literally like 9 out of 10 people.
that's it.
Yeah.
What about a younger David Spade?
I don't look like David Spade. Like David Spade's like 5'3".
Okay, but
I don't see that. Mm-mm.
And
you
his
see more
border-
Cody Co? Dude, David
Oh,
Spade
yes.
got the hair, and when
I
you have the
don't-
beard, you look more like him, I think.
Yeah, I don't know it, but I sat down. I go, who does he look? I couldn't place it, but yeah.
Go.
That's right. Yep.
So
That's me.
what's the story behind your comedy journey? Because I think so many people see stand-up
Wait, hold on,
comedians,
wait.
but they don't understand.
Wait, we need to run it back a second because we never heard
Oh,
the Uno
the-
story.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Yeah, I want to hear.
So I just flop my tits out all the time. That's
Right.
very on brand for me.
Of course.
You know, right?
Right.
And the table we were at, dude, I was at Luke Bryan's house.
Wait, the country music
Probably
star?
shouldn't say that, but yeah. And the table, he wasn't home, and the table was extra.
Back to your days of sneaking in and stealing Snicker bars. You're putting your tits out on Luke Bryan's table.
There you go. Yep. But the table was extra high. It was right underneath my tits, and I thought, man, this would feel good just to rest my tits. And I did, dude. We sat there playing Uno, and I was playing with Paige and a couple of friends, and one was like, dude, I got to get a picture of this. You know? She goes, can I put this on my Snapchat Preem? I was like, yeah, whatever. You know?
Why were you at Luke Bryan's house? He's like one of the biggest country music stars.
I'm friends with his wife.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah, I'm friends with his wife. So if we're in Nashville, we stay there.
Hey.
Yeah.
That's gotta be a fat crib in Nashville.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
They're really good people. They're really nice people.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so with
That has got
that's
to be.
awesome.
There's so much to unfold in that story. My mind's like a maze right now.
Like, what's
of-
on par with that for a dude, Kyle? Like taking your balls out?
I
No.
mean, you would never. I can't think of a scenario where I'd go dick out playing Uno. Like, I feel like it'd have to be like a pretty like low table.
So a lot of guys go ass out here, I feel like. Well, I should say like one person.
Well, when you have massive boobs, your back hurts. So if you have an opportunity to rest them, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
You know? He's like,
Simple.
ma'am, you good?
It's more just like the act of taking them out, which is so funny to me. Like, it's like because you could do the exact same thing, just resting them. Like,
Yeah, but I'm extreme. I go above and beyond.
Yeah.
Hey.
Why half-ass anything?
never
Seriously,
settle.
right?
Yeah.
Never settle.
Exactly. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Hey, story is fully explained.
You guys are getting to know me.
Yeah.
I like
yeah.
this.
It's amazing.
It's perfect. It's definitely an interesting getting to know you process.
So with comedy, which you're doing now, I think a lot of people see comedians on there, but I've listened to podcasts by comedians since I was like 10 years old. So I feel like the industry's so complex. What was like for you the story behind getting into comedy and getting started?
So, growing up, I'd always wanted to be on SNL.
Okay.
That was my thing. But I felt like where I'm from, and this was the way I thought back then. Not now, but back then I thought things like that don't happen to people like me, But now I know it can happen to anybody, so don't think that. So I started on Vine 8 years ago, and this was before like social media influencers.
Yeah.
There were a few big YouTubers, but like that was it. Like the whole internet comedian, that was not a thing.
Yeah.
That was not a thing. And I hopped on Vine. I had 3 followers. 2 were my sisters. Never thinking anything about it.
Right.
And I just did a couple stupid videos. and they kind of took off. And I remember when I hit 1,000 followers.
What was like big back then, like in terms of getting some views? Because now on TikTok, it's like 20K is like kind of.
Oh, for me, honestly, anything like when I hit 1,000 followers, I remember sitting there refreshing my Vine with my sisters, and when it went from 999 to 1,000, we started screaming. That was like, I was like, 1,000 people follow me, you know? And so right around that time is when we moved to San Diego. Okay. And,
From Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, from Dallas, yeah. And then, I just kept it going. It was more for fun. I didn't make money because my comedy was super raunchy, and I wasn't able to monetize anything, and I didn't care. I was like, whatever,
Were you doing Trailer Trash Tammy at the time? Okay.
Yep.
So that's if our audience doesn't know, that's your character.
That's the character I do, Trailer Trash Tammy. Yeah. And I feel like I definitely could have scaled back the comedy and kept it clean and was able to make money, but I was like, that defeats that. Yeah. It defeats the whole purpose of what I want to do. Yeah. So I was like, I don't care, So I was working at Whole Foods. Okay. In the bakery. And
LA Whole Foods is a different game.
Yeah.
You see some crazy ass people there.
Yeah. And then I quit my 9 to 5. So I slowly over those, 4 or 5 years, slowly gained. It was not overnight for me. Okay. Like I feel like on TikTok now, you can have 0 followers and post a video and have 200,000 followers the next day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, a guy that came on our show got $1 million in 18 hours.
Oh my God!
Angry reactions, like he does like the angry faces. Like,
Wanye D'Amelio.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
He's the guy that looks really angry, but he's
yes,
like, you looking beautiful today,
dude. No. Vine days, it was not like that.
Yeah.
There was no algorithm. It was not like that. So it took me 5 years it took me a while. So one day I was on my way to work and I thought we had just bought our first house, my husband and I.
Okay.
And our mortgage had doubled what our rent was. And it's expensive to live out here in California.
Yeah.
And I hadn't talked to him about it. And I was on my way to work and I thought, I'm going to put in my 2 weeks.
Your mortgage had doubled
too.
So your expenses had gone up at the same time.
And I went in and I did. And I thought, oh my God, what have I done? So I called him and I thought for sure he was going to be like, Chelsea, go get your, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, go get, and I called him and I was like, I just put in my 2 weeks. And he goes, good. Now you'll be able to do your dreams full time. Now you'll be able to do it full time.
That's amazing.
It all starts with a leap of faith.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And from that month, I started making money.
You weren't making money on social media before that?
Few hundred here and there.
How many followers did you have on your platform?
I feel like I probably had a couple million on Facebook.
Okay.
Probably had a couple 100,000 on Instagram. And probably had a couple 100,000 on YouTube.
Okay, so that's actually a lot.
A good, yeah. But for me, whenever I quit and was able to put all my energy into it, is when it really popped off.
Really? You saw the growth go crazy at that?
Yeah, for sure.
Because you lived that all day.
Yeah. And then, I never intended on doing stand-up. Yeah. Ever. That was never a dream of mine. That was never a goal. And people would message me all the time, like, please do stand-up. Please do stand-up. I'm like, I don't know. I can't do stand-up, And so I had a friend of mine who now opens for me, start doing stand-up.
Really? If you guys don't know, open means like being the open, like the first mic on, right?
Yeah. Yep, exactly. Like she goes on and warms up the crowd for me, Okay. And I thought, she started it. And I go, you know what? If she can do it, I'm gonna at least try. Yeah. I'm gonna at least try.
She was doing it first, but now she's opening for you.
Yeah.
You're headlining.
Yeah. And it took me 2 years to get on stage and get up the courage. And it took me 2 years to write a set.
Yeah.
That is what the hardest part was, writing a good set.
Yeah.
Like writing characters or like...
You have to write jokes, right?
Right, to write jokes.
How long was it, was the set for? Like a 15... Like you could take this and perform it for like 15 minutes, 30 minutes?
I have about a 40-minute set.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who were your inspirations at that time that you're looking at? Or is it like, I'm fresh to comedy? How new were you to that world?
To the stand-up world, very, 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 very new.
Yeah.
Yeah, very new. But, we were talking about Theo Von. He's one of my... Dude, I think he's such a genius. And
so funny.
And he's so funny. Josh Wolf.
Yeah.
You got to look him up. So the first time I ever did stand-up was a little over a year ago. And I did stand-up, sold out shows on my own. And then since then I've gotten agents and managers, and I'm about to go on tour, dude.
Really?
Straight up.
Are you okay? So wait, we got to get to that. But like, when you went on your first tour, were you only in the San Diego? Because I know there's a comedy scene in San Diego.
Yeah. No, we did shows in Dallas.
Okay, in Dallas, in Texas, or
Yeah.
Okay.
Dallas, Texas. We sold. I think I sold out 6 shows. You know, never doing stand up before, and that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
I was like, holy crap! What if I've never done an open mic? I've never done nothing.
Are you serious?
Because it's like from going from your phone where you can like
Yeah.
retake, and then people are right there in front of you. I can't imagine.
I'm seeing like. Dude, the big difference is you have these people who do comedy and they just grind out doing like open sets as many times as possible.
Exactly.
You did have this thing where you had the followers to sell at the shows,
Right.
but then immediately you have this pressure to actually do well.
Right.
You can't fuck up. Like most people fuck up over and over and over.
Right.
Right.
From their open mic. Exactly.
Right.
So that put even more pressure on me. I'm like, holy shit! Like this is, you know, and I'm not like a conceited person. I'm not like, oh, I'm great at everything I do, but I fucking nailed it.
You did?
Dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah. And so that for me was like, I was like, okay, let's do this.
What kind of bits were you doing like on stage?
So I go on as Trailer Trash Tammy.
Okay. Do you wear like the crop top? Not the crop. What is it?
That's
The
it.
sleeves are cut off.
Mhm,
Yeah.
The wolf shirt.
The wolf
whatever.
shirt.
Yeah. Yep.
Nothing like a good wolf shirt.
Oh yeah.
Wolf tanks are even better.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, because like a wolf shirt kind of gets the point across, but wolf tanks.
You got to
really,
cut those sleeves. You got to get the.
Yeah,
you gotta-
and it's all about where you cut it, right? Because like, no, I'm serious. Like it's
Yeah.
like it's like kind of like a redneck Bible. It's almost like the so if you cut it right at the sleeves,
Yep.
that's like ultimate redneck.
Exactly.
Because it kind of
Really?
keeps the shoulders protected from the sun.
A
There's
little
lot
shoulder
of,
pad.
Yeah, but it's so much ventilation into everything that needs to be
Exactly.
vented.
How would you describe that character? Because that's who I first found wasn't Chelcie Lynn. It was Trailer Trash Tammy. Then over time, I was like, oh, her name's Chelcie Lynn. This is her real account.
Yeah.
Right.
And a lot of people don't know it's a character, which is great. I love it. I love it when they find out it's not a character because
I was fully a victim. I was a victim of that.
Same.
I was like
all
looking
were.
up like a couple weeks ago, and I saw it, and I was like,
She comes in with a cigarette and a Bud Light.
No, I was fully prepared for that. I was
Yeah.
like, yo, I guess it Sigs inside today. Like, I guess
Yeah.
that's what's going on. But yeah,
Yeah, which I mean, she's believable, so that's great. That's great for me. Tammy is crazy. Tammy is a man eater, dude. She thinks she can get any man. She thinks that every single man on earth wants her,
Yeah.
which is hilarious because she's not conventionally pretty. You know, she wears big man, you know, like the shorts and the hair slicked back, and she's kind of mean and she's got the man, you know, but she can get any piece of dick she wants.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And people just love that confidence. And I think that's why they love Tammy so much. She's kind of rude, but yet lovable. And it's like, how? I don't know. I have no idea.
So it's like Tammy would do everything that people would think to do but not do.
Yep. Exactly.
There's
That's awesome.
Tammy, like as a character, is like a different. It's just like saying the most anything you want and comes across so funny because you see there's some kind of a real person in there, but it's
Yeah.
like an exaggerated, like crazy
Yeah.
version of it.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's definitely a character, but I think it's so believable because she's me.
Yeah.
You know, in a way, she's part of me. So it's just weird how it all worked out. Yeah.
So-
and like we didn't grow up in it. We grew up in like a pretty like suburban area, so like we don't really have like too much like
Yeah.
Tammy,
Yeah.
like where we are.
Tammys.
But, yeah,
We're all
right.
more Karens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I see. Yeah.
Yeah, so like I have like a cabin place, which is like you know there's definitely more Tammys around that
Yeah.
area. So like it's a little bit more like you know like I can actually see this being like a
Yeah.
like, I can see this being like a very like real thing. So it's
Well, I can, you know, and I think that's why I have such a wide variety of fans because, you know, you don't have to be from the South to enjoy that humor.
Yeah.
You know, I'm selling out shows up north, dude. Everybody, if you don't know a Tammy, you just love the humor of how ridiculous
Yeah.
the character is. You know, so it's awesome.
So that first stand-up show in Dallas, like you get on. Is it like what kind of like was it a comedy club or a okay.
Comedy club?
And then you show up. Is there regulars there? And it's your first time. What is that process like? Walking to a comedy club, you know it's your first time. You're gonna stand in front of a crowd, and you have to be funny until a light turns on and tells you can get off.
I don't have a light.
Okay.
So that's great. I'm not looking for a light. But I will say, so from the first Dallas shows, and then I did 9 shows in Nashville last month, and that was the second round of shows I've ever done.
Wow, okay.
So from the very first show up until even last month, it's been the same for me. Most people are chill before they go on. Not me. I feel like I'm going to puke.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going to pass out. I think to myself, why am I doing this? Why did I sign up for this?
Yeah.
I want to go home.
Yeah.
I don't want to go. Like, what am I doing, dude? I'm going to puke. It's awful. It's the worst feeling.
It's like the Eminem lyrics, like my arms sweaty. Arms spaghetti.
Dude. And then they call your name, and it's like once you hear the crowd start just going nuts, all of that, it's gone, dude.
Yeah.
It's gone. And then you walk out, and it's the best feeling, and you just do your set, and it's fun. When you're on, it's fun from the time you start until the time you get off. And then when you get off stage, you have this high that I cannot even explain. And I will say, dude, that's why I fucking do it right there. Like,
Really?
yeah. And then the next night, same thing. I'll be like, why am I doing that? It's just, it's the same, but it's like, it's definitely a weird high and low for sure.
Have you ever really like bombed?
No, not yet.
You haven't bombed? Okay. I mean, I don't want to obviously jinx it, but like most people have horror stories about bombing.
I know.
I
haven't bombed yet. I've had shows better than others, but even my worst show has killed it.
Yeah.
And I think for me, it's like it depends on the crowd's energy. If they are bringing energy, it gets me going, it gets me pumping. And there've been some that have been good energy, but not like last night's. You know what I mean? So the energies are different each night, but dude, knock on wood, I have not bombed yet.
Yeah.
Well, and you also have to like your character's different, right? Because a bunch of comedians aren't actually a character,
right?
Like right when they go out, so like you have almost something to fall back on. Like you have like a safety net of because so like Tammy's funny. But then you're also funny, so then like there's this like weird safety net that like hasn't been really. I'm trying to think of comedians that really have two characters, and I can't really.
It's kind of like Joey Diaz being extreme about like being rough, and that's what he'll lean back on when he tries to. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So the very first time I did stand up, I did it as Chelcie.
Okay.
Just to see if I could, and I did, and it was good. But I thought, man, people want to see Tammy, and it's just funnier as Tammy.
Yeah.
And it's easier. Like you said, when I go on as Tammy, it's almost like wrapping myself in a comfort blanket when I go on stage.
Yeah.
Because, like, if I bomb, that's not me. That's Tammy.
You're not. Yeah, they don't think you're Chelcie Lynn.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I'm not bombing. Tammy is.
Yeah.
So it is like a safety net to do the character. And I've heard that it's very hard to do characters in stand-up. Most people can't do it. So, but that's why I think I do it well because Tammy's so believable, dude.
Yeah. What kind of like? I mean, what kind of jokes are you telling on stage? Are they like more like your Instagram comedy, or are they more like set up, callbacks?
Yeah, no Instagram comedy. I'm doing. I'm basically telling stories.
Okay.
Is what I'm doing. I'm basically talking about my childhood, making jokes about that, making jokes about the drugs. I talk a lot about that. I talk a lot about, and I do want to say everything I say on stage is a true story.
Really?
Yep. I just kind of heighten it up a little bit for
course,
Tammy.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, but everything's true. Gosh, I don't want to give too much away, but dude, there's some sex stories in there, some like sex nightmares that have happened to me.
Really? You gotta tell one.
Oh, I can't, because it'll totally. I'll tell y'all off.
Okay.
And if you're listening, come to a show.
Go to a show.
Yeah.
If I cannot wait till California opens and I can go to like the comedy stuff. I can go to the actual like.
Yeah.
I
got y'all tickets.
I'll be there.
I'll be there.
I'll be there.
Oh, we'd definitely love to see that.
Yeah.
That's I've been to a comedy show once and I think it was the most exciting shit I've ever been.
When stuff opens up back here, go to the Comedy Store. Yeah. It's so much fun.
You walk in and you just see like Joe Rogan on the wall with like a couple big ass comedians and they're just standing there and you can't approach them. I mean, they're like they're the biggest people there. And it's like it's a whole different ecosystem in these comedy clubs where you got the biggest guys and you have the people who are trying to make it, go in all the time and they're meeting together and you got the fans it's like a weird environment.
It's crazy, dude. Yeah, you're right. Mm-hmm.
That's a whole different community.
Have you ever, you don't have to say any names or anything, but have you ever dealt with, so I mean, just in like my experience, if like somebody comes to me and they're like trying to be like a singer or something and they just really aren't good at singing, you know what I mean? It's a really weird thing to be like, to tell someone, oh, hey, maybe you're not that good at singing. Like, you know what I mean? And you don't want to like ever, they just aren't good. Yeah. Is there anyone who like is potentially like below you or like you've like dealt with that just isn't funny, but like they really want to be a comedian?
No, I don't feel like people come to me. Not really, but if they did, if I didn't think they were funny, that doesn't mean someone else doesn't,
Yeah.
because comedy is so subjective.
Yeah.
So subjective.
Is it
is.
though?
It is.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
I feel like different types of comedy, but like if somebody, there's some people that
It's
Okay.
just some
You
people
know what
that
I
don't
mean?
think certain things are funny compared to somebody else would
like
laugh
I just have this like
Maria
image in my
Bamford.
mind.
I guess I know.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying. I get what you're saying. If someone came up and was like like on American Idol, how someone comes in and it's come on, I would never tell them. Hell no, because
Yeah,
you can't
it's
tell
just-
they'll no.
Yeah.
Go for it.
But
Even
you-
if you suck, go for it.
But you're right on what you're saying about there being different. Like, Maria Bamford. Like, she's a comedian, but she talks in a totally like high pitched voice, a total character, makes no sense. There's like Anthony Jeselnik.
Love him.
Right, he's so funny.
Yeah.
Like, these comedians all have these different styles and pull in these different audiences. And there's comedians that literally their whole joke is that they're not funny.
Yeah.
They make jokes that the punchline's a little off every time.
Yes.
What? Who buys tickets to that?
Dude, people, it's
Yeah.
like it's
also,
a show.
Also, like people who just like are funny off like body language and stuff too. Like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'll go to comedy shows and see someone who everyone in the room is like pissing themselves laughing, and I'm like, this is not funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean it's not funny, because obviously it is. But it's so subjective on what you like. So when someone says, "Oh, she's not funny," I don't take that personal. I don't get offended. I don't get mad. I'm like, okay, I'm not
yeah.
to you. That's fine, dude. That's so fine.
Yeah, I know. Well, how do you choose a bit? Like, how do you look at a story and be like, that's funny enough to be a bit? Like, is there an example of something that so clearly needs to be talked about on stage?
So every idea I've written that I've said on stage. There's been nothing that I've written that I'm like, this is not good enough for stage.
Really?
I just take the most ridiculous shit that's happened to me and write it out in story form, add a few little punchlines here and there, and you're good. That's
Yeah.
good. That's good enough.
First of all, you need to go check out her show. But if you can't, I got to hear one of these crazy stories.
Oh gosh. Okay. I'm not going to tell anything I tell on stage,
Okay.
because I only have 40 minutes. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to get more. Dude, where do I start, dude? I've lived a life. Let's see. I'm trying to think. One time, me and my sister got so stoned with Josh Wolf. He had a show in San Diego, and it was 420.
Yeah.
This was like last year. And we got so stoned, and we called an Uber, and the Uber came, and I started getting paranoid, dude.
Yeah.
And I thought, he's going to murder us.
He's gonna murder you.
Oh, that Uber driver vibes when he's like, this guy's not
Yeah.
it. We need to find another.
I literally was like, he's going to kill us.
Yeah.
And I was dead serious. And so we were on the highway, and I said, sir, and he's like, I go, could you pull over and let us out? My sister goes, what are you doing? I've never told a story. She goes, what are you doing? I go, trust me. I go, just let us out here, sir. And he was like, we're on the side of the highway. He goes, I can exit and let you. I was like, okay, this exit, let us, And I thought, oh my God, like I was have y'all ever been super paranoid where you think
I've
someone's
never
gonna kill you?
been
when you're
that stoned where
Oh God, it's bad. so he pulls over, he lets us out, and he was like, "Are you sure I can take you home?" And I'm like, "No." He's like, "This was like 1 a.m. on like a Saturday night, and this was not in a good part of town."
Okay. Is it San Diego?
Yes.
Okay.
And he was like, "Are you sure? Like, let me take you to And I was like, "No, we're good." Shut the door. And I grabbed my sister, and she's like, "What are you doing?" And I go, "Beth, he's gonna kill us." She was like, "Oh God, Chelcie." So he pulls off, and she goes, "Great. Now we're in the middle of nowhere with,
Yeah.
So I go, "We'll call another Uber. No big deal." So at this point, there was 3 dudes walking. They were okay. He let us off.
Okay.
In front of a convenience store, and the convenience store was closed. There was 3 dudes that came out from behind the convenience store.
Oh, okay.
And so from one danger to another, and they started walking towards us, and they were like, "Hey, come here." And I was like, I literally started, I go, "I'm calling 911. I go, "There's 3 men chasing us." And my sister, who was stoned too, she goes, "Chelcie, they are not chasing us." And I go, shut up. So anyway, the lady was trying to figure out where we are. And I was like, "Can I just drop you my pin?" And she goes, "No, ma'am, that's not how it works. Like, but we're sending a
With 911, you're like, can I drop you my iPhone pin?
Yeah.
Find me on Snap Maps 911. What are you doing?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so we're sitting there waiting. So once those dudes heard we were calling 911, they bounced, dude.
Yeah.
They were probably like, we just wanted to say hi. So they bounced. And then, so we're sitting there waiting on the corner of the street for 911.
It's stoned out of your mind.
Fucking stoned, dude.
Yeah.
And looking back now, they probably didn't even send anybody because they were like, these bitches are stoned.
Yeah.
But we're sitting there waiting. Minutes goes by, and I'm literally like, still thinking someone's gonna jump out of the bushes and kill us.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, oh my god. And like 10 minutes goes by, nobody shows up. And I go, you know what? Fuck this. I'm calling another Uber. The Uber was there in 20 seconds to pick us up.
Was it the guy that could just come back around?
No, it was a different guy.
That's probably scarier.
But get this.
Yeah.
We get in the Uber, and this guy is probably 65 years old, stoned out of his mind. His seat is leaned back, and this is how he drives. This is how he drives home.
Yeah.
The whole way home.
Stoned.
Passed out, and I've never felt more safe in my life.
Yeah.
That guy was probably going to kill you more than the first guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Looking back, for sure. Dude, he was going all over the road. This motherfucker was not okay. But I was like, oh, good. He's not going to kill us.
You're both on the same high wavelength. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, dude, just, stuff like that. Like I tried to make that into a stand-up bit, and I couldn't figure out how to, it wasn't good enough. So
You needed like the three guys that were walking towards you to like in like the story. If it was gonna be like really like a funny like stand up bit, like you'd need them to like do something.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
Like,
Yeah, so that one didn't work out. But everything else I say on stage worked out. So come see me.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Go check it out. Getting back into it, I wanted to ask you, just because we do have so many influencers on, what do you think of like the current TikTokers and the YouTubers? What do you think of the space right now?
Okay,
Honestly.
TikTok is weird to me.
Yeah.
Because when I was doing Vine, like you had your own original idea, and then if someone copied you, that was a big no-no. Now on TikTok, that's what you do.
Right.
You take a trend. Everybody does the same video. Everybody does the same trend. You know what I mean? So that's weird to me. But I feel like that's what works. If I try to go on there, and I don't TikTok much, dude. But I'm always banned. I'm always banned.
You gotta talk about that. That's
They
crazy.
take down 80% of what I post. Even if I try to keep it clean, they don't like it.
Is it like cussing in there, or is it like what do you think it is?
No, I posted a video a couple weeks ago. Sometimes when I do a Tammy video, I won't wear a shirt, but I just film from like here up.
Yeah.
So it exposes the shoulders because it's funny. People always comment on it. Tammy's
Are
never
you
wearing
naked or?
Yeah. Tammy's never wearing a shirt. And it was clean. It was clean, and they took it down for sexual activity and nudity. And I was literally showing it was insane, and I got blocked for 2 weeks.
It's straight bullshit on
Yeah.
TikTok.
Bullshit.
What
And
could you
then-
get? Oh, yeah.
Well, and then you have 16-year-olds that are that are half dressed, right? And it's like, and it's just like one of those things. That's like, where's the line?
Right.
Or even dudes, like if we for instance were to post in our backyard like on a hot day without shirts on, like just doing like what we could be playing soccer. We could literally be playing soccer, and like they would probably get taken down knowing us. But
Insane.
then like people can go do
Cheeks
whatever.
out at the.
Why can certain people get away with it? Why do they let certain people get away with much more than you ever posted?
You don't know.
And I also feel like it also it stems from like because you had a large following before you started that, and I feel like people would automatically see your face and know like your comedy, I guess, isn't for TikTok type of thing.
I can see it. Yeah,
So like it definitely works for different influencers.
for sure.
What could you get away with could you say anything you wanted on Vine? Essentially.
Yeah, I feel like yeah.
I've missed
Unless
There
it
was
was
some
like,
shit on Vine that was-
unless you were like, threatening to murder someone,
Right.
sure, they would take, but anything sexual, anything cussing, anything. I never got one video taken down.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
It's
was a great
softer
time.
It was
now.
good times.
It was great times. It was also a lot less money though on the internet. That's the
Oh
thing.
yeah, you couldn't make money on Vine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like right now, like that comedy doesn't. You can't even find it because it gets taken down. Who cares if they're not making money and they choose to do it anyway? We should be able to watch it. But they
Right.
take that down.
Right. Well, and if I'm someone that chooses to hit that follow button on someone, knowing their style of comedy,
Yeah.
I follow because I want to see it.
Yeah.
Stop taking it down. You know what I mean?
It should cater to that FYP.
Yep. Or put up a 18 and above. click. You gotta click. You know, whatever. They definitely gotta do something because not everybody's style of comedy is PG. Not everybody's style of content they want to see is people lip singing.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know if anything will be done, to be honest with you.
Probably just a whole new app eventually.
Yeah.
No, I don't even think because they know that they can't make money off advertisers.
It's only going to get worse.
Well, I
right?
know OnlyFans is trying really, 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 really hard to get the stigma of porn off of their platform.
Yeah.
They've asked me to join. I know they've asked a lot of like athletes to join. Because initially that's what they wanted it for. And for people that want to do porn too. But for everybody, it's become where there's a lot of people on OnlyFans that don't post porn, but you don't hear about that. You don't hear about it, yeah. When you say it, you automatically think, nudes.
Yeah,
nudes,
yeah.
Yeah. So I'm actually going to be starting OnlyFans, and I'm going to be posting rated R skits that I've had these skit ideas in my head for 2 or 3 years. Yeah. And I go, I could never post that. They'd get that taken down, whatever. And so I'm going to be starting it, doing it. So a couple years ago on Facebook, I used to do this thing where I would go live and read the Craigslist sex ads as
funny.
Tammy.
So fucking funny.
Did you see them?
No, I'm just saying I'm just saying Craigslist misconnections.
Yeah.
It is the funniest. My friend Ethan, we were driving down here. And we were like reading them, and I kid you not, it is the funniest thing. And it's just because people are so fucking weird for literally no reason.
Oh, these sex ads are disgusting.
No, they're gross.
Disgusting. And so I would get on there and read them as Tammy and basically make fun of the people, you know? And my audience, dude, they tuned in every week. They were like, this is the fucking funniest thing. And Facebook started taking them down. And then I literally, from Facebook, said, if you keep doing this, we're deleting your page. Literally.
They literally just directly told you?
Yes.
Wow.
So I haven't done one in 3 years, and I still get DMs on a regular basis. Why don't you do the Craigslist ads anymore? Why don't you do it? It's like, I can't, dude. They won't let me. Yeah. So that's the kind of stuff I'm going to do on OnlyFans.
That's good that they're catering other apps for certain creators because, like, originally OnlyFans was supposed to be like a Patreon type thing. Yeah. Where you just subscribe to your.
So it was supposed to be for musicians.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then it became
nudity.
Are you? Is it going to be? Are people going to have to pay for your OnlyFans?
Yeah, I'm going to keep it cheap though. I'm not going to charge a crazy amount because I am going to have the skits professionally filmed. So I'm going to have to hire a production company. So it'll cost me money. So as long as I make my money back, I don't have to make money. I don't care, Yeah. But I'll probably charge. But I've heard that OnlyFans is going to be the next. It'll be the next YouTube. It'll be the next Instagram. It'll be the biggest platform because of the censorship. Everybody's going to start going to OnlyFans.
The only problem with it is that like you can't advertise it on anywhere. Because if I put an OnlyFans,
I know,
right? If you put it in a link, even in your TikTok, like Katie Sigmund was on our show and she was telling us she has a lot of male fans that follow her OnlyFans. She couldn't put it in the description or in her TikTok got deleted.
Dude, I know, and I've heard that if you even mention the words, you may want to blur all the OF out. If you mention OnlyFans, YouTube has started going through, even if you don't post a link.
YouTube too.
YouTube.
Wow.
Even if you don't post a link, if you mention OnlyFans in your videos, I've heard of 2 people get their whole account taken down with 1 million+ followers. So be careful. Yeah. But it's like I feel like people will start. You got to be super careful. I'm going to be super careful in the way that I promote it. But I feel like OnlyFans will become where you can go on there and you'll be able to follow people, almost like a social media.
Right.
So I think they're really trying, and I'm gonna give it a shot, see how it goes.
Yeah, I think it'll be pretty successful.
Yeah.
For you. I mean, it sounds just from how hard I laughed from just reading them with just me, like without a character behind. I mean, they're just fucking. They're just gross and just so funny.
Yeah. Exactly.
I wanted to bring something up. I read this morning. I was on my phone. I was on Reddit. I don't know. Do you use Reddit a lot?
Mm-mm.
No? Okay. So people literally, it's kind of like that, but people post in these communities. So there's a community called Am I the Asshole? People write a paragraph. There's 2 million people in here. And you write a situation in your life and you ask, am I the asshole in this situation? Or is the other person the asshole?
Okay.
This one's titled, Am I the Asshole for Showing My Male 22 Roommate a Security Cam Footage of her having sex in my room? All right. Okay. So he's 22 and his roommate is a girl who's 23.
Okay.
So I live with 3 roommates and I've since had bad experiences with the roommates before. I installed a security camera to get an alert if someone enters my room. First of all, weird that you put a security camera in your room.
Not weird.
No,
if
not
you
weird.
have random roommates.
Especially
Yeah.
if you're like.
And if things are already sketch and you're worried about them, okay.
Add that ring light.
Yeah. Okay.
I would probably just put a lock on there, but if you want to go above and beyond, all right.
Yeah.
Security camera in the bathroom, little weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you want one right in front of you, so when you're shitting, you're just being filmed.
I was thinking more in the bowl. nothing like getting some good Ring doorbell taint
You
shots.
get nasty.
Yeah, no, that's always good.
What an interesting view you would get. It'd be like a flower opening up.
Oh.
Okay, let's continue.
Wow. I love y'all.
One day when we were all at work/school, one roommate and her boyfriend entered my room and had sex for whatever reason. My app alerted me and I started recording automatically. When I got home, I confronted her about it and she owned up to it. They said they wanted to do it in a different room to spice things up, and that's not that big of a deal. She was, however, pretty angry at the fact that a security camera in my room and a video of her having sex, which I obviously deleted. She said that recording her having sex is a bigger invasion of privacy than her having sex in my room. Am I the asshole in this situation?
No.
Right? I think, what, Chris?
It's
No.
iffy, right? Right? Because
No.
you could activate your camera and be like, okay, I saw you. You didn't have to record it. Maybe if
It
it
automatically
he said it
records.
automatically recorded.
automatically.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're chilling.
So that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, if he, did something didn't delete the video, sure, that's a whole, but I believe that he, deleted the video, whatever. But she's just mad that he saw them having sex. But bitch,
Yeah.
don't,
do
he's
that.
not the asshole.
No.
And there's no difference. Oh yeah, you really want to spice up? Go have sex on the front doorstep.
Porch.
Like yeah, it's like you have sex on the front porch. A little weird, maybe, but like you're still getting recorded by the Ring doorbell. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not her actively. Like if you go in there with a fucking camcorder and you're recording them, then that's an issue, right?
And why is being in a different room going to spice things up? Boring.
I mean, maybe they got
Do something better.
What is spicing it up? Do you think that's?
So many.
I know. Y'all are so young. I don't know what you. I know.
we've
I'm
seen it.
scared
We've done it all, Chelsea.
Really? Have you had a threesome?
Have you had a foursome?
No.
Okay, there you go. I've had
No.
3.
No. I don't know. But a little bit of everything. But being in a different room, you're doing the same shit. Try mixing that up instead of
Yeah.
where you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I get what you mean. Bring someone else into the room. You know
Role
what I'm saying?
play.
Yeah.
I
Toys.
feel like role play is pretty rudimentary. Like, I feel like that's like the
No.
first thing you think of when you think of spicing it up.
That means this kid's just doing like teacher schoolgirl. He's not leveling it up.
Yeah.
You're not. Yeah.
No,
Leveling it up.
No. I mean that falls into role play. I'm just saying. I feel like that's like the first thing that people. I feel like that's the most generic role
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
the watered down role play.
Yeah, but I think
the watered down.
you can
like,
spice it up with
spice
role play. You could do something like, let me think, like,
play. Let me think.
like what's a good what's a spicing it up role play like fire? Oh yeah,
Masseuse and massagee.
that's pretty good.
What about like Tiger and Zookeeper?
Tiger and Zookeeper?
Oh.
That's where the cosplay shit comes in.
Right,
Oh.
Fireman and Cat in a Tree.
Borderline
Yeah.
cosplay, borderline weird bestiality.
I've never done role play.
Really?
Neither have I.
I feel like it's a little weird. I don't know.
Pretend to be different people.
Yeah, I'm like, no, because you're still the same people.
What about Tammy role
Yeah,
play?
I was thinking that too. Come on,
people? No.
come on. I saw a video
No.
of you posted on Instagram and you put the camera on your pillow and then you push yourself on top of
yeah.
the camera and go, all right, ready to saddle up?
Yeah, my
So
TikTok. Yeah.
funny. That's so
No,
funny.
people ask all the time, like, do you ever fuck as Tammy? And I'm like, hell no. Because I don't think, now that's one thing, I'm really good at staying in character. That's effortless for me on stage. I don't, once that's switched in my brain, I stay in character. If I'm getting fucked, I don't think I can stay in character. No. I've never even tried it. I don't think I could. No.
That's like
He's thinking about it.
What I'm thinking
that's
about,
fun.
what I'm thinking about is that if I was thinking about it, like with me, if I was trying to put on like a character, if like I feel like it would be kind of hard
You'd
to.
feel dumb.
Yeah.
Would you though?
Yeah.
I feel like the post nut clarity of it would be like, yo, what the fuck am I
Yes.
doing?
Yeah.
But while you're doing it, I feel like you could maybe figure something out. But afterwards, you'd be like, yo, this shit's weird as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, what am I doing?
But like,
why
how
did I
can
do
you
that?
How can you role play without different clothes, right? So you have to dress up because I feel like that's the only way to like
That
keep
post
your
nut
character.
clarity though would
Yeah,
hit you pretty hard.
post-nut clarity.
Yeah,
Yes.
that would hit you hard. It's basically like if Daniel Radcliffe was dating a really, really attractive girl, and she's like, "Daniel, I'm only gonna stay with you if you'll fuck me as Harry Potter." And then he puts a head mark on and the scar.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, she wants to fuck Harry Potter, not you.
Right.
So just stay out of roleplay.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Holy shit.
Lesson learned.
All right, I have another one too. If you want to bring it, this one is: am I the asshole for submitting an inappropriate, naughty question at a couple's drinking game? This is like an adult, like board game night. Everyone comes over, right? Okay.
Does this happen? Do couples drinking games happen?
Yeah, I feel we play a lot of board games at our house.
Yeah.
Maybe not couples drinking games, but
What's the year? Like, what's the age when you move away from
Beer
just
pong.
partying and beer pong to, you know what? Tonight we're gonna play a board game.
ooh, I would say mid-20s.
Mid-20s.
How many more years do we have till we suddenly realize what we've been doing has been really
Well,
dumb?
y'all just moved to LA, so that's a whole nother. I say y'all have a few years.
Okay.
But I'm telling you, it may seem like, oh no, I want to party forever. You won't want to. Give it a couple years, and you'll be like, I'm done.
Yeah.
But you'd still be down to party, though, right?
On occasion.
Right.
Yeah.
But
I'll
not
party.
like gravel pit nights. yeah.
Just get fucking weird.
Right. But there's something fun. Dude, we play board game. We'll just sit around, drink, play board game. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
Just whatever.
Yeah. So this one is from a couple's board game. Some background. I'm a 29-year-old man. My wife is 24. Every couple weeks, we gather up a couple friends on a Skype call to chat and have some drinks. Occasionally, we'll play a game that has somewhat morphed over the years, which basically comes down to us thinking up the most outrageous question and having a drink if we can't answer them. Everyone puts questions into a pot, and everyone answers or drinks.
Sounds like 7th grade, but with drinking.
Yeah.
But not over Skype though. Like, why Skype?
COVID, bro. It
COVID.
sucks.
COVID.
All right, so in total, we played this game with 6 people this week. The other relevant people I'll call Chuck and Mary. After an hour of drinking and talking, my question got selected at random. The question was, if you could sleep with someone other than your husband or wife, who would you pick?
Okay.
That's
Chuck immediately looked at Mary and clearly got pretty upset. The thing is, Mary had an affair late last year, and they're still working through it. I didn't exactly forget about this one in the question, but the question that we put into the hat are always no holds bar. We'd never had a awkward situation before. Mary awkwardly chooses to drink when it was her turn, and soon after they made some lame excuse and logged off. Later that night, Chuck sent me a really nasty message blaming me for the fight. I said it more looked like Mary's fault, considering she was the one who planted the damn landmine that we all have to consider now, and they're both pretty angry at me. My wife is super non-confrontational, so I'm afraid that she's just agreeing with me to avoid what she's afraid might be an argument.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's that. So he's asking if is he the asshole here for asking that question?
No.
Right?
Mary's the asshole.
Mary's the asshole.
And it's just everybody else just has to be in her
Yeah.
like, little trail of just shit.
And even who cares what happened last year? Just answer the question and have fun.
Yeah.
You don't gotta. Come on now.
Yeah, those are the worst people because as a comedian, when people don't go with the joke, bro, really?
I mean, they weren't having a Bible study.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was meant for
It
that.
was a drinking game with questions like that. I think the husband's the asshole to text him a lengthy.
Yeah.
Well, and it might be like Chuck's kind of he's borderline kind of if he was really done with Mary, he would have just been done with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I like this Reddit thread.
Yeah,
That's
it's
pretty
cool.
cool.
It's good, and you could make some fun. You could make some funny stuff from that, right?
Yeah.
Because you could be Tammy.
Yeah.
But you could read it first.
Get some skit ideas off there.
And then you could be Tammy, but you could be asking, am I the asshole, right? I feel like that'd be funny. I feel like it'd be good.
That would be.
I want to bring to one more thing that you were talking about what you're going to do on your podcast. Our listeners send us their personal questions, ask us for their advice, right? And so you can email us at TheSyncPodcast1@gmail.com, TheSyncPodcast1. Hi, my name is Angel, and I am 13 years old. So she's younger audience member writing in.
Now I feel guilty for everything I said on the podcast. So.
No,
you
don't
even understand
they've
what
been
we get
dealing
sent.
with us
Okay,
for the
okay.
last 8 months. So
Okay.
yeah, you're fine.
And we want to jump off because last episode we had an email. Thank you again for saying your age. Our last email was from someone who was 22. Just specifying the age really helps. Saying this is the second email I'm sending you. Not trying to stand, just need help. There's this girl I like in my school. I was walking up the nerve to talk to her, but I saw a TikTok of her showing her type, which is a scrawny Spanish boy. I'm Spanish but chubby. I've already lost 10 pounds, but I'm starting to lose hope. School starts back up, and I decided to stay online while she went in for more time. I'm starting to think it's not worth my time. Plus, there's a new kid that just started that fits her type. As well as I don't know how to approach her. I don't follow her. Should I pursue her or not? Please respond. Your biggest friend, Angel. P.S. She might be a fan.
Aww.
Angel.
Oh.
Middle school's hard.
Lots to unpack there, right? Because like
Yeah.
in middle school, you have just everything. Everything. You can never be perfect like to yourself. So there's just so much. There's lots to unpack there.
But this is the fourth time someone's emailed and said, like, I looked up her TikTok and I found out that she's really into people from Northeastern Europe. Like, they have the most specific type, and they find it out from what they were on TikTok.
Well, I will say, you know, Angel, just because she's posted that type doesn't mean that's exclusive to her. Just know that. Like, people may think, oh, I've got a type, but I like a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
And Angel, once, you know, she gets to know you, like, I guarantee you people start to like personalities over... I mean, you get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
You ever worked with somebody that you think is disgusting, and then 6 months later you want to fuck the shit out of them?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that too.
That once you get to know someone, like, you know I'm right.
You do, because at first you're like, oh, they're...
It's just the funniest. You just describe things. This is how I've been listening to today, and it's so funny. I laugh every time because you'll be going on something, and I'm like, oh yeah, this makes sense, and then it's just like, bam, just throw it right in my fucking face, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I totally agree with that. Was I necessarily thinking that way before or expecting it? No, not necessarily.
Yes.
But I'm totally okay with it.
It's like,
and it's just funny.
the way you said it, you're like, oh yeah, I worked with this guy at Home Depot. It was a little gross, but then you know when you just suddenly want to fuck the shit out of him.
Just because you get to know someone and
Yeah.
you become friends, and you're like, oh, this, you know, I like their vibe, I like their energy, I like their personality, you know, whatever. May not be my type, but he's my type now, type of thing, you know. So
It's a harder game now because, like, back in the day, obviously, like, we didn't, we were on, we were on our phones and stuff, but then you didn't have phones. These kids are now on Skype, not seeing each other in person, doing like Zoom calls for class. And
crazy.
how do you like possibly hit on a girl because you know what they have? They have break rooms. So during the call, everyone except for the teacher goes in a room and talks, but no one actually talks to each other. They just stay silent.
Yeah.
But that's your opportunity to hit on a girl.
There's so much less risk in that because the thing is if it gets weird,
Everyone can hear
it gets
you, though.
You can't hit on a girl. Everybody's no. Everybody's watching. Everybody's listening.
But you can chat. You can chat privately in the breakout rooms, and that, dude. And then if it gets weird, then you can just fucking hang up.
Yeah.
Wow, dude. But these are children. Like, you got.
How old
He's
again?
13.
Yeah, they're young. He's young.
I know. Like, dude.
You just gotta wait till COVID's over with. That's with
Yeah.
everything.
And
Just
also,
wait.
you're 13. There's no rush.
No rush. Also, like, if it's COVID, she's probably not going to see the skinny, what's it, Latino boy?
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
Spanish boy.
And if she does find a skinny Spanish boy that turns out to be an asshole, that probably takes her off that type.
Yeah.
No.
She's not seeing anybody, bro.
You have so much time.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
And don't work on yourself. If you don't like how, you know what I'm saying?
Whatever.
Get that shit now.
Yep.
All right, that's what I want to do. So what's next? Like, what's the big comedy? You just
I'm about
grinding it
to
out?
announce 60 shows. About to go on tour.
Is it-
United States or
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. We're doing all the states that are open in terms of comedy clubs. The comedy clubs are at half capacity, and we're doing 6 feet apart in the table. So
Yeah.
it will be, you know, COVID safe.
Those
And-
places do have way less cases too.
Yeah.
And if they're drinking, it's fine.
Yeah, and it's no different from the restaurants being open. It's, you know,
It's
as
no
long as
different,
we're So I'm about to this week. I think we're announcing the tour. So I'm going. You know, we're doing 60 shows, and that's it,
Like,
dude.
flying everywhere, like a bus tour. Comedians do bus tours, right?
We're I'm gonna buy an RV.
Really? No way. That is so sick.
That is awesome.
Is it a nice RV? Is it a Tammy RV?
I'm gonna buy a nice RV.
Okay.
Because I thought I don't want to be broke down in the middle of nowhere, so I'm gonna buy something nice.
You should. What you should do is get another RV too, and
Just a
trailer.
film in?
Yeah, and trailer or just buy a van.
That's true. I thought about that, but there's gonna be 3 of us and my 2 dogs.
But you could just trailer the van.
That's
true. That'd be hilarious, right?
That's
you could buy like a
actually true.
$5,000 van, trailer it, and then that can be like your car for when you park the RV.
That's actually true. A good idea. I'll look into that.
How long is this tour gonna be?
Oh God, I think we're starting next month. What's next month? March, and we're going through June.
Wow. That's a lot of shows.
Yeah. But I'm
Different sets or the same set?
Same set.
Okay.
I'm going to be adding material here and there. By the end of the tour, I would like to have an hour. So I'd like to add 20 minutes,
Okay.
which is doable.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd like to just get as much stage time as I can.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm excited.
Is the goal Comedy Central show? Is it an hour on Netflix? Do you have something like that in mind for comedy?
No, there's no goal. I just want to keep doing what I'm doing. And if those opportunities happen, that's great.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to be upset if they don't, because I'm selling out comedy clubs. That's people dream about that.
Yeah. And
You know?
people spend 10 years like just trying to get to that point. And I think that's one crazy thing. Social media is in that capacity, I think, has helped.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
It really is.
Yeah. That's what makes it so Joe Rogan and Kevin Hart can sell out stadiums.
Yes.
They're comedians, but they're also on social media. They have shows. Those things are that's awesome.
I'm gonna have to cop the OnlyFans.
That's the first time you said that, but it's not. It's actually content that's not just
on my. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
It's
just
gonna
so
be good.
funny hearing Chris. He's probably said that 10 times about.
But it's the first time it's something that's not porn.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You'll like
Wait,
it.
what? Wait, no. Let's rewind.
Can you give people free? Can you give like a code to get your free on? I don't know how that works.
I would love a code. though.
Let me try to see what I can do.
Let us know.
Yeah. It'll be good. It'll be good content.
And Chris goes, and then also he goes, yeah, and everybody else, I'd love a code as well.
Yeah.
Whoever wants to give me codes, I'll take them.
I'll take all your codes.
I'll hold them, all of them safe for you.
Put them in a binder.
Yeah. Well, that's what we wanted to go over today on today's podcast. That I loved it because we got to talk about things that we really enjoy, like comedy, the comedy game, your upbringing. And it's such a different perspective because it's just
Thank
hearing
you.
It's our field.
Yeah, thank you for having me. This was fun.
Yeah.
Y'all are
Awesome.
awesome.
Thank you. I want to do this again. We should totally do another episode.
Literally, I'm not even kidding.
After the tour.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
After the tour.
Or
Let's do it this summer.
You have so many stories from the tour.
Yeah.
Maybe we can. If
And
we have some time.
and we're
we can go
coming.
to a
We're
ticket.
coming.
Yeah.
We're coming
Yep.
to one of your shows.
Yep.
Wait, have you announced dates yet, or like?
Not yet. I think we're announcing it this coming up week.
Okay.
This week or next week.
Yeah. What state are you most excited for?
I feel like
Oh
Florida would
God,
get rowdy.
all of them, dude. I just want to go places I've never been.
Yeah.
All of them. We are doing Miami. We'll be down there for a week.
I feel like
That'd be
Florida
fun.
would just be
That's
rowdy,
fun.
right? Like
Miami's
Florida's gonna get weird.
Yeah.
Animal.
I'm just excited to see states and towns I never have. So
Do you have to be responsible on a tour, or can you get fucked up in all the fun cities?
I have to be responsible because the highs and lows, the emotional highs and lows that I was talking about,
Oh yeah.
drain the fuck out of you to where if I do, we did 9 shows in a row in Nashville, and I thought I was about to die. Just
Really?
the exhaustion.
Yeah.
So to be able to leave a state and have a few days where you're able to relax and drive to the next, I gotta have.
Yeah.
So occasionally here and there we might, do a little something fun, but for me it's work mode.
It's work.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's gonna be awesome. What is your husband too? Like I see him on Instagram. He's awesome. Greg.
Yes.
Yeah. He's awesome.
So he still works a regular 9 to 5. He's an engineer.
Okay.
And so he'll stay home. So it'll be just me, my sister, who's going to run my merch booth, and then my opener, Libby Higgins.
Okay.
She'll be with us, and my 2 dogs.
That's so amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Shout out Greg.
I saw Libby in a YouTube video I watched yesterday. She's funny.
She's hilarious, dude.
Yeah, she's funny.
She's so funny.
Yeah.
Is her real name Libby Higgins?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
It's just funny. Like I've just never met a Libby or someone with the last name Higgins. So
Yeah.
it's just like
You got one. You met one.
Libby.
Yeah, you're going to meet one.
I feel like it's good in an accent too.
She's funny, dude. Wait till y'all see her. Oh,
Yeah.
my God. You're going to love her.
Amazing. Great episode. Everything for Tammy is going to be linked down below. Chelsea, is going to be linked down below, as well as Tammy.
I answer to it. People call me Tammy all the
You
time.
literally
You
did.
got-
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, I answer to it.
I know.
Yeah.
I was like thinking before. I was like,
No.
it's Chelsea. Yeah, but I'm sure people call you both when they meet you in the street. They don't know that your real name's Chelsea.
Yeah, they'll walk up and they'll be like, "Are you Tammy?" I'm like, "I sure am." Yeah, I answer to it.
Are you ever? Do they get? How many fans get surprised because you are so different out of character?
I feel like most people know Chelsea.
Right.
They follow Chelsea and Tammy, so they know. But I will every once in a while get like, "Oh, you're different than I thought you would
Yeah.
be. You're very nice," and I think they really think I'm Tammy.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's like Tammy on a slower day. She's
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
relaxed.
yeah.
All right, it's been a great episode. Make sure to subscribe. Listen to us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify at TheSync Podcast. Email us at TheSyncPodcast1. Go follow Chelsea on everything. It's going to be linked down below.
Woo-hoo.
Look out for the podcast, the viral podcast, right?
Yes.
Buy
Thank
those.
you.
Buy those tour tickets.
Yes.
Go do
Buy
it.
'em.
You'll probably see us there.
Where are you gonna announce the all the dates and where
On
they
my
can get it?
Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, I'm posting it everywhere.
Go follow her, Chelcie Lynn. We'll see you guys next time. Peace out, guys.
Woo!